Hello, and welcome back to some more infection-free zone, some more tourist guide. I'm having so much fun. Just and honestly, thank everyone for coming in and giving me suggestions and stuff like that. So, if you're new to this series, obviously infection-free zone, we get to use Google Maps. We get to go play around. We get to go search all over the world. I was fortunate enough to get alpha access. The devs had reopened it for a minute, and in that time that they did that, I was able to uh, pick that up. As soon as I saw it, I was like, done. It didn't matter. Um, I was getting it. I hope this is it. Palma, Spain. Yep, this looks like the right place. So this is Palma, Spain. We had somebody suggested that we do that. Now I gotta try to find the right place. So we're looking for a cathedral in Palma. I hope I'm saying that close enough. Okay, so it should be right in this. I think it should be this thing right here. Um, so this is in densely populated. That's always a good sign. So we're looking for a Plymouth cathedral known as Lasu among the. Oh, that is Malacarians. I've just butchered all of this stuff. I am sorry. English is hard. As a result of promises that he fulfilled, King James the First built an homage to Saint Mary after entrusting himself to her in the middle of a shipwreck. Um, so it is a Cathedral de Mallorca. I don't know. I'm going to say it like 15 different ways. I'm sorry. If you're coming here for things to be pronounced correctly, I got bad news for you. But anyway, infection free zone is kind of the next game in the 112 911 series of where you go around and you're a dispatcher and you're trying to solve everything. And basically what this game is the outbreak happened. Everybody started turning into these vampire zombie like weird things, and they're killing everybody. Everybody went and hid underground, and then we're slowly emerging back out, and we're trying to rebuild. We skipped the intro because I've watched it about 9,000 times. All right, there we are, right there. Capo de Sargat Core. Looks like that. Looks like we have some walls around the outside. It doesn't render super well. So I don't know how well that wall is actually supposed to be, but wow, that is a lot of buildings. Because that looks like the right place. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to look around. We can see the different areas. We are going to choose some place as our headquarters. I always try to choose the building, even though good or bad idea. This is oh god, this is a bad idea. So if you see, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here real quick. Okay, stop talking. I'm done. We got it. Yeah, look for food. We got it. So we can actually see the whole outside of the building, so that is a good sign. However, all these little bitty buildings around us are both good and bad. Like this probably wouldn't be a bad place to start, just because with all the little bitty buildings around here, uh, we could, actually, depending on whether that is considered ground or not, and you can make it. This may not be a bad place to actually start, other than the densely populated portion of it. Because some days you just got to do what you got to do. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Let's turn on our V key. So if you hit V, it'll kind of show you what all the stuff is around you. Oh my lord, that's a whole lot of buildings. Oh my, oh my Lanta. It may have been better to go down this peninsula. Oh, oh, this is scary. We're gonna die. All right. Let me go ahead and have Squad 1 go out. Go ahead. Just look at some of the things around us. That's good. All right. Now you guys go away. Go away. Nope. Go away. Go away. Okay. We're not going away now. Oh, no. It's getting a problem. I think I have a problem where they're. Sometimes they have problems figuring out how to get to buildings. Like they get stuck with the routing. because when they're this compressed around you, the buildings start running into each other. We see that they're like basically touching each other and creating walls where you can't get through, and that can cause some issues. And we've seen that in the past where when you get into very, very densely populated areas, sometimes you can cause problems.
Chief, I will speak on behalf of the other citizens. Let us go and adapt the buildings to suitable shelters, so we won't spend a single more night underground.
All right. So we'll do that guy there. All right, yeah, fine. I don't know why I always do that. There's a research. More research. I'm not seeing any fertilizer or seeds. Not saying that the question marks aren't going to show them, and I'm not seeing any firearms either. All of which are very helpful in the not being dead portion of this game. There's some gasoline over there. That'll be good. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. And so the whole point of this is, and if you didn't catch it earlier, basically what we're doing is we're taking Google Maps, we're running them through an algorithm, and we're turning that into our map. So for all intents purposes, you have an infinite number of map settings here. It's really you're unlimited. And it's one of those things like, yeah, no, there's actually, there's only so much populated space in the world. There's only so many cities. You can only get so many settings. But if we scroll out, right, this was my starting sector here, right? Well, in just this city, there's 9 starting sectors. There's, what is that? 5. So that's 25, there's 25, probably 125 freaking settings just here. You're fine. And just that number of settings in the beginning is more than enough for like most people. That's 125 different games. So it's quite possible that it's like No Man's Sky type numbers of stuff. Like I don't know how many actual sectors and stuff that they have in the game, but there is a lot of places to start, and each one of them, like you would think that, oh, this one's going to be, it's in the same area, it's going to be the same starting place, but you can move literally over one sector and it would be different. Not only that, but just moving from this being my starting building to this being my starting building completely changes the game, right? Because now I don't have the wall anymore. Now I have to go down here and deal with this. Or even, oh, there's a gun. Even going down here, like making my starting building like down here instead, and then walling this off, and there's inconsistencies with like with buildings in the water. Sometimes it doesn't render very well. Sometimes you'll get a building in the water. Sometimes the zombies or the infected seem to cross the water. Sometimes they don't. Um, it's it's kind of a hit and miss almost. It seems sometimes with whether or not you can cross the water or the other guys can cross. A lot of times it has to do with whether there was a building or not a building, a road or like uh, a pedestrian path. If there is a road or a pedestrian path, you may not see it in the game, but it may be there, so it may have built it. Um, so so there's a lot of things like that, and there's some jankiness in the game. There's some issues with the game. There's some there is some alphaness, right? And if now, if you're looking to play this and you weren't fortunate enough to get alpha access, you can go down to the Steam page. There's a prologue. There'll be a link down in the description, and you can at least play the first like 8 days. Let's see. Let me do this. And you can play the first 8 days and at least freaking get a sense of the game. Now, those first 8 days, you're not able to save. You're limited to a handful of cities. You can't. They're basically pre-built cities that the devs have gone through and kind of uh, made better. And those cities are kind of handcrafted to give a better playing experience. When you get out here in the wild, you run into some janky stuff. I always refer back to the Sydney Opera House. It looked like a Picasso painting. It was great. Um, so you can get into some jankiness, and we will get into some jankiness. It's kind of the point of this series is to kind of go around and see what we're looking at, and kind of play the beginning of it. I am looking kind of for a good place to call home and start actively building a series for these. So I may try to see if we can build a series. Kind of look around and probably go someplace a little bit lighter. And maybe find a couple of built or a couple of small towns here in Texas. There's some fairly small towns that we can kind of get our feet wet with, and hopefully have a chance at surviving. So that would be the whole thing. I do want to get into the research and that stuff because there's some cool stuff with the research, and I want to see some of the other buildings and stuff like that. So try to leave too early. The main the demo, the prologue, you can kind of stay out that first night and kind of get away with scavenging through the first night. The alpha version of the game, not so much. It seems to punish you quickly for leaving the city, or leaving your defenses there. I'm gonna try to go down and see if we can find us a pew pew. Try to get a little bit away, but yeah. So the my big call to this game is that the ability to actually play anywhere I want to, and I'm having so much fun just going to check out, cool places like this and just seeing, kind of the stuff that's there, and being able to play in different locations and see how different stuff around the world kind of works and functions and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and give him some speed. All right. So, and then if you are playing the prologue or the alpha version, something that I've noticed is that this button here, like if you do this and try to click on these things, they don't seem to work very much. If you look at them, you can kind of hit the buttons, the actual keys for it instead, and that seems to cause it to function. And there is a truck. So this is we haven't seen a truck in a while on these. So you have basically I've seen 3 different vehicles. This shows like a Caprice Classic, like a car. There's a station wagon, and then there's also a pickup truck that is released in the game. They're supposed to be like 20 plus vehicles in the game once it's all said and done. But so far we are not there. So that way, with the car, especially if you look at the car here, you'll see that they have 20 storage spots. The Caprice has 10, the station wagon has 15, and the truck has 20. They all have room for an entire squad, so you're good there. And then we'll just kind of go, and that is actually very far away. You got to be careful doing this first thing here too, because it's late in the afternoon. they're gonna send some civilians back, and when they send civilians back from this first place, yeah, you want to make sure it's not too late, because if it is too late, they're gonna have problems. Oh, good, they're cutting donuts again. So they'll go in, they'll recover that, and we'll get us a few more people to come help. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm pushing the button to skip it. Why are you making me? No, it's making me play it again. Except the survivors. And then they're going to walk back. Then you're going to finish doing that. They'll go back to their truck, hopefully. Go back to your truck, hopefully.
Chief, we just found an assault rifle. This will come in handy against large hordes. Let's just not waste too much ammo on nothing.
The hell did y'all pick up in there?
Operator, ready for action.
Oh, wow. We found 3 handguns and an assault rifle. And then all the ammo. And they decided that the best idea was to bring all the ammo back. All right, makes sense.
Ready for action. We're on the move.
Yeah, and then, so they found another handgun there. Emma didn't have a handgun, so she loaded it, but she didn't find any ammo, so she's out of ammo. So that does her no good. So, but the game is kind of, I want to say procedurally generated, but it's not, right? It's procedurally generated with a key. So you give it a key, and then it procedurally generates all the buildings. It generates the loot. If it has stuff like if something's a grocery store, or if it's a like a gas station or something like that, it tries to its best to make those things still be a gas station or still be a grocery store or a library or something like that. So it tries, so it's procedurally generated with a mask, right? And to me, that is awesome and it's cool. And I love the fact that we can do these things with it. You know what? You can go. All right. But with that is Palma, Spain, and specifically the Cathedral de Mallorca. I'm sure I'm butchering it. I am sorry. I probably should use use AI to figure out how to say these things. That would have probably been smart. But where's the fun in that? But yeah, so we'll just keep going around. Now, as always, if you guys like these videos, go ahead, throw me a like on the video. It really does help. If you want to see more of these, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And then if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please those down below. And also, if you have an idea for another place that you would like me to go look at, now alpha access is closed and it doesn't look like the devs are going to be able to open it again. I think it was a one-time thing that Steam allowed them to kind of sell some extra keys off through their website. Since it doesn't look like that's going to be open anytime soon, the next time to be able to buy in is probably going to be early access. When that will be, we don't know. But if you want to go around and look and see the things, I should have took the truck. Have another idea of a place that you would like to see, please throw that down in the comment. Oh, yep, there they are walking across the water. So sometimes they'll walk across the water like it's weird. Sometimes they won't, like I did in Venice, and like they were like stuck on the island. I couldn't get off the island. You'll have sometimes where like you'll go in and they'll be like, oh, here's a question mark, but the guys will actually be down here like searching things. There's some wonkiness that happens. But it's, like I said, it's alpha, it's early access, and they're trying to do something that they haven't done before. So sometimes you have to break some stuff to try to new things. These guys are not going to go well. All right, let me see. Looks like we're going to make it past the infected. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and we'll leave off here, and we will catch y'all in the next city. Y'all be safe. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.